Okay. Okay. Testing. Testing. One, two, three. If you're seeing this, you are very special. Hi, welcome to another video. This is Emmy here. Emmy here. And we're going to talk about the lore of my OC, Dianne. If you've seen this short, you know. I'll show you the short in case you haven't seen it. Okay, and why don't you go ahead and watch my newest short? Why don't you go ahead and watch my newest short where I explain some really big news? It's this one that I just circled right there. Anyway, if you've seen this video, you would know. Let's watch it so you can get a fresh reminder.
Хочешь сказать мне, что ты лучше меня? Но, на-на-на-на. Хочешь сказать мне, что ты лучше меня? Но, на-на-на.
That was the very first short that I explained, that I showed my OC Dianne. Get a fresh reminder? This is... No, that's not her. I'm going to be talking pretty calmly, as calm as I can, but trying to do it quickly, but also not too quick. This is my OC Dianne. She's in she's new to high school. This is her parents, Gunnar, her dad, and Derry. They're both alcoholics. And this isn't her real mother. In this video, I would be shading her, so that's what you're going to be seeing as I explain her. She is 15. She's 14 and a half years old. She doesn't get along with her mother because she knows that's not her real mother. Kind of like her stepmother. Her real mother's name is Noria, but her father didn't like her because she was Christian, and she wouldn't drink with him. He didn't like that he didn't get to drink with his mother, so he started seeing a girl. Drink alcohol with his wife, with his loving wife. So he tried to get rid of her. Get rid of her by killing her. Dairy does Dairy is named after Diane. If you don't know the origin of where her design came from, it was during dispersal. I saw a classmate, which I'll call. I don't want to say her real name on this channel, so I'm just gonna call her Sodium. No, we're gonna call her Cass. Cass was drawing these cute little sketches on her notebook in her notebook that she had, and I got the idea to draw. And Diane was the first design I made drawing. I'm not new to drawing, but her style just seemed really calming, so I just copied it with my own adjustments. Now back to her story and her lore that I have for her. Basically, her trauma. Reason she has is such a small tail. Oops, forgot to add it in this drawing. Hold on. She dislikes her stepmother very much because of what? Because her stepmother hates her. You know, remember Diane's stepmother name was Derry? Derry hated Diane very much. She always abused her very much. Physical, really. She used to have she used to have such a long tail, which looked something like this is her body. Used to something like but then her mother cutted her tail because of how much cause due to her rage and not liking Diane. So she cutted it to the small tail that she has right now. She dislikes her stepmother because of how much times Diane tried to stop her from drinking because, well, it's dangerous for you. But her mother would just fuss her, saying, "You ungrateful little crap. You're useless. Your advice isn't true. So stop lying and go clean the dishes." She would always roll her eyes and do it as if she was forced. She felt like she was being forced to do the dishes. So it wasn't really much a big change for her. Her father appreciates her. She would also say, "This is your mother. You should get nice to her because if you get nice to her, maybe she would start liking you." She always rolled her eyes at her dad because she didn't like his advice, but she still loved him. She has two other friends, Dianne and Jaylie, but we won't be discussing them in this video, sadly. I would love to go on all about her mother Dianne, but I can't because this video is sectioned for Dianne, not her mother. So we'll talk about her parents in another video and how they met. Let's read the comment I had on my video because that explains the lore of her, but not very much, but I'll still read it. Oh jeez. Let's read this alert first so y'all can be aware. This is at January 21st today at 12:13. Motorist alert. The number of incidents being reported is increasing. The first responders strongly urge you to stay off the roads in the snow/ice impact areas until conditions improve. Monitor 511la.org for the latest on statewide road closures. Basically, this alert is saying that not to drive on the roads until further notice. In this video, it says for those stop. It says for those who are wondering, this is my OC Dianne. She's a shy, easily jealous, calm girl. She was first created when I saw my classmate drawing during dispersal. I got the idea to draw as well. That's Dianne starting. Her parents are alcoholics. She is an only child and is abused by her parents when they are high from drinking. She isn't a human nor is an animal. She is supposed to have pointy fingers naturally. She also has a small tail. She has two friends who are Elahan and Jaylie. That's all for her. But I have more ideas for this girl. This is her. She's supposed to have pointing fingers, so that means her fingers are supposed to be like point, point, point. Something like that. I'm going to include this. I included this in my drawing, if you have noticed. Basically her like pointed fingers. No, she doesn't have nails. And like I said, she's not a human, nor is an animal. I don't know what she is, but I'll keep you updated on what I decide what she is once I get the idea. For me, I'm a traditional artist, so on digital, the eyes are going to look whack. I've been using these like models on IBS Paint, which are from here in the tracing sketches. That's what I use for my drawings, but the eyes I just zeroed on by myself, including closing. After watching Lavender Town's video on how like the dreadiness of the clothing. You can kind of see it with Diane, where the clothes have masks and they're not just. And I didn't draw the skirt and nor shirt as it's just for her to have clothes on. And what I mean by that she's easily jealous is because her friend Elahon is basically perfect in every way Diane never was. Let me see her. Let me show you. This is Elahon. She has perfect hair without any tangles. She was jealous of her hourglassy shape, while she had like more of a small chest, while she has a bigger one. Jaylie is a friend of Elahon, and they are two in the same grade, which is 11th grade. Just kidding, 10th grade, and while Diane was in 9th grade. I didn't think Diane would become an OC. I always drew her for like randomness and not for any potential reasoning, but I just decided to make an OC because I see a lot of my favorite YouTubers have like OCs too. So I didn't think I would start like a whole entire OC lore farm. I always thought that they were just here to like exist, but I decided to change that and now they're my OCs. I never even show my OCs that much in my channel, and I'm hoping to if I learn how to animate using all right motion. Haven't gotten used to it, so tell me in the comments if it's available, how to like add like layers on like all right motion, how to like animate and stuff like that. Because I haven't even got to like an animation part of it. I did a short like I did for Diane, but with Joanne, and I didn't explain her lore because I have no idea of her lore yet. Joanne wasn't supposed to be an OC that I have. She was just like a female version of another I character I made named Joe. We'll talk about him sooner, or maybe just later when it sparks up in my mind for another video idea. I have more recent drawings on IBS Paint, which I'll show you. This is like a thing that I was working on for like the starting. And I was going to put two of my OCs. And this one is my OC, Elahon. She's unfinished on the drawing, but she looks great so far. Yes, I used the IBS paint tracking forms, but I made adjustments for like her suiting because of her hourglassing body. If you're wondering how to use IBS paint and don't know how to create drawings on it, here, this is how you, once you start loading, it's going to show like pop-ups and stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. You click on my gallery and you click the plus sign right here, and then you select any size canvas that you want or import image, and then that's your canvas. Then you can start working on it. Oh, and draw your like drawing. Oh, and I have some IBS brushes for y'all if you don't have them. I think I have them. I'll tell you if I don't. I seem to have some brushes. Just I'll show you how to import things. This is the first one. The next one, this QR code wasn't working for me. Here's this one. This one. Also have this one. This one. That's this one. This one. Have this one for like a sketching brush, I think. Have this one, a blending brush. Have the water brush. You have a blush brush, and this brush. These are all the brushes that I have for like IBS paint. And the way you import brushes is pretty simple. You click on this brush thing, go to brush, you click import brush, and you just select the brushes that you want to import here. And that's how you use like the sketch. That's how you use like ABS paint. This is a brush check and I like it. Back to talking about Dianne. Dianne doesn't really like Jaylie, but she's just friends with her for like funsies. Don't be sexualizing with my OC. Don't create gotcha heat of it, as I will expose you saying that you have no right to make my OC in any kind of way them to make it. Also, don't steal my OCs as yours. I worked really hard on their design, so don't steal them. For they are not yours, and I will expose you if I see it happen. If you want to know how I like blend, I use the blur brush, which is my favorite kind of blender. Sure, I just showed you a blending brush, a blend brush, but I like the blur better. Because it's pretty, like, clean-ish. I don't know, I just like it. Don't attack me in the comments saying, bleh, but there are other kinds of blend brushes that are way better than the blur. I just like with blur. Everyone else has their favorite kind of blending tool, and they like using it better than the others. So, don't attack me for using just one. I have tried using the brush, that blender brush. I didn't like how it turned out on my art, so I just stopped using it. And here's an example of what the blur brush can do. If you know, you know. This is the thumbnail. Wait, I think right. It's right here. This is the thumbnail for my Regretter Vader and Denny's World video. If you've seen it, you know. This is how the blending brush works. The blend brush that I had, but the blur. The blur is my favorite. Just look at that cleanness. How clean it is. I won't be upgrading the Regretter Vader photo because I have no idea how, and I don't want to delete my video then repost it as if it was new, so I'm just gonna leave it be. This is Tisha. I have a new tune. I got Toodles and I'm trying to get Pebble. So I'm trying to use, so I'm using Toodles. to complete her mastery, and I'm almost done. I'm working on like the surviving one, cause well, I always die. I'm not good at surviving in Dandy's world if you haven't known. I think both games, Dandy's World and Regenerator, are nice. If you're a horror person, or you like games without jump scares but still scary, and have a, and you like you're good at like fleet a facility or something. Something I would recommend you play Dandy's World. If you like random floors, fun activities, and horrors, Regretifader. I recommend Regretifader for you all the way. I like both games. I'm not debating which one I like better, but I'm just addicted to Dandy's World at this point. So this guy, his name is Reddy. Not like kind of like Freddy, but Reddy. And this is the blur brush treatment. This is my Roblox avatar. It's updated, but still gonna fix her pretty much. I have dolls, but I haven't recorded a video because I don't know how to move dolls and record at the same time. And it's just a lot of work for me. So don't expect to see a dolls video. If you want to like watch a doll video or series, I would recommend Everything Dolls or Delightful Doll. Delightful Dolls, I think it was. Those are two of my favorite doll channels. Mostly they work with Barbies, but whatever, they're still dolls. I was lazy with the background, so I didn't really mess with that one that much. If you want to watch like a YouTuber artist and you have no idea who, I would recommend, I would personally recommend Delight. I would recommend Lavender Town. She's like my favorite, and I like her calm voices. Her calm voice, it's like really calm, and you should like watch her videos. I would recommend subscribing to her and reading her webcomic Unfamiliar. I haven't read it, but I think it's gonna be good. Back to working on this. Back to like giving Dianne the blur treatment that she needed. It's been a long time since I started working on this, and I haven't shaded her. Shaded her because I thought she was like perfect. But giving her the treatment that she needed is looking really nice. Like I said, I'm a traditional artist, and sure, this drawing's gonna look a bit off because, well, I'm not used to like being a digital artist and stuff like that, you know. Adding a brighter color right here for like the blur. I never done that before, so let's see how it turns out. Oh my gosh, it's good. Now we're going to highlight her. I won't be saying anything because I don't have anything in mind to tell you about her, so have fun and sweet, sweet silence. Just just for funsies, I'm gonna talk about the lore of my OC, Jaylee too, while I'm working on her. Jaylee is a very high and bright student, but she also has bad grades for her like conduct. I mean the opposite. She has good grades for her conduct and bad grades for like her grades on tests and class assignments specifically. Jaylee, she's black, she is blue haired, and has green eyes. Her mother name is Connie, but it's not her real mother. She is sadly an orphan, and Connie, this girl, adopted her. You can tell because like their hair color is different. They both have green eyes, just quite a bit of a coincidence, and they're both black. But Jaylee is essentially looking a bit crisp. Not trying to be racist, but I think her popped out color and coquette feeling is better than like wearing like emo like clothes. Not being racist, everyone has their own style, and I think every single one is beautiful. She doesn't listen in class, she draws on her work. As you can see, if you like flip over this, she drew like this eye, and she's drawing this thing during class. She doesn't really care, like blah blah. She's like, why do I need this information? It's not really that important. Like, girly, I see you. Like, girly, I understand your troubles, but you need to freshen up those grades, honey. Especially if you want to move on to the next one. Jaylee doesn't like her parents. She likes herself and Elhon. I wouldn't call her lesbian, but I would call her like liking girls that aren't like her. That are more like confident and brave, which is completely the description of Elahon. Unlike Diane and Elhon, she isn't shy, she is brave, and she is not afraid to curse in front of her parents. I'm not saying that you should curse in front of your parents, but just be careful. Your parents let you. Oh well, that's on them. That's on them. It's not about us. I used a blur for like blending her, and I was giving trouble giving her blush without it looking a bit too bright as like makeup. She completely ignores her teacher and doesn't care about her grades. She's just very quiet, which is why she has good grades in like acting, not like drama, but like acting, like her conduct grade. You might understand what I mean. It was looking a bit too bright on her forehead. And let's fix that. A bit more darker, and then we'll just not blend, but like go over it. This one looks like a good blendish, so we'll put it over all the brightly blended. Cause like a skin isn't that bright, but who am I to complain? That would just be racism, complete racism, if I was complaining about how black skin reflects. But I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. It's everyone has their own opinion, and I'm not trying to be mean and hunt down your dreams or like destroy them. So I'm just gonna keep my comments to myself. And still, the forehead is looking a bit too bright. Let me just put it a bit more darker for her forehead. The rest of her body shading is looking good, but her forehead is a big problem. I never shade foreheads So this is my first time, so of course I'm having trouble. Okay, now you cannot completely see it, but you can kind of see it, which is what I was going for. Ish. Not really what I'm going for, but I'll keep it as it is. This side of her shirt is looking a bit bland. It's not looking good. So we'll highlight that. And highlight it right here, and yeah, just highlight it right there, like so. And oh wait, I was explaining her lore, not like complaining about her skin tone. Anyway, she likes. She doesn't have that much trauma. She's like a calmer OC than the rest of them. But her parents are like overprotective, especially her mother. With her father being a smoker, a guy who likes getting on like cocaine and stuff. Her mother always protects them whenever they're. Her father just like wants to fuss, like complain about everything. She has to read. She's supposed to be in like 12th grade right now, but she keeps on failing the. But sadly, she keeps failing because her grades aren't so bright. Not saying she's dumb. She is definitely smart, but she just doesn't want to use that brain that she has. She just wants to like take a vacation, which is why her parents are putting her in summer school, but she just doesn't go. She secretly leaves, then goes to Elahan's house over and over and over again. Elahan is her bestie. She doesn't really like Dianne because she thinks she's like too controlling and stuff. Not saying that she is controlling, but that's what Jaylee thinks of her in her opinion. This is Jaylie's opinion, not yours. So I wouldn't call Jaylee religious, but she just doesn't care. Like she doesn't believe that there is a God or specifically a God. But I wouldn't call her like an atheist, you know? Their world is different than ours, so I wouldn't know what to call her. But for now, let's call her. Wait, I just realized I forgot to tell you that she like performs like rituals, like. But I wouldn't call her a supporter of like the devil or anything. She definitely doesn't support him. But her lucky number is 6 for her. She hasn't been to gambling, but she knows what it is. She knows what wine tastes like. For some reason, no, she haven't got her hands on any of it. Any. She is supposed to have a sister, but I quickly scrapped that idea because I think it would just make her turn into like a rip-off version, turn Jaylee into a rip-off version of Dianne with all the jealousy and stuff. So for now, she's an only child. Unless her mother decides to go fully blast on her and have another child. But she wouldn't. Jaylee's supposed Jaylee's mother in the story is no loves is friends with Diane's real mother. mother, which is why she tries to protect her, but her father, Gunnar, Gunnar, always seems to get ahead and just snatch her. He's like a rip-off version of Bowser for some reason, but tries to kill his actual wife. I can definitely 100% say that that Diane's parents, both of them, her stepmom, and her father, are, I would say, atheists, or I would call them like a supporter of the devil because of how much they like do rituals and associate the number 666 and like draw a summoning circle or like play like an Ouija board and stuff like that. I'm going to end the video here. I will make a part 2 because my time is running out of what we have here. This video has been going on for like over 40 minutes, and I don't want you to be waiting this long for like. So be sure to like and subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and I'll keep you updated on part 2.